There's one here from Andrew. Isobel, have none of the latest weapons supplied by the US and other NATO allies made any difference on the battlefield? In other words, Ukrainians have got a high-tech, American kit, or quite a lot of it, and yet they're still sort of losing, or losing a bit. Why?
So I don't think I can speak to any specific equipment, but I can kind of give a general overview. Actually, you'd be surprised, how long the front line is in Ukraine. I mean, is it 600 miles? Am I right?
Yeah, it's about 1,000 kilometers.
Yeah. So if you're thinking about stationing equipment along there, you actually need a lot of equipment to kind of cover that front line. And the stockpiles ran out in sort of, what was it, like spring, summer 2023. And it started to move to just what could be manufactured abroad or manufactured inside Ukraine, which takes a long time and requires components which are often found in China and India and other places, which makes it very, very difficult for Ukraine and makes it very difficult for their allies. Plus, you've had like Russia buying up huge amounts of those components and supplies on purpose. It's two birds with one stone for them. So I wouldn't actually say that there is that much equipment, like US equipment. I mean, it's still a crucial amount for Ukraine. But I think the issue is that manufacturing in the EU and the US and Ukraine, for a variety of reasons, hasn't kept up with the demand.
At a time when Russia has kind of moved to war economy. And
moved to war economy, has allies with, resource allies that it can get these components from, especially gunpowder. Gunpowder is a very big one. Yeah. So Russia started buying up like the world's gunpowder supply in summer 2023, and it's and it's a battle for that just in its own, but let alone other components. So yeah, I think that overall, the West has been able to resist Russia collectively with Ukraine, but it has shown a number of weaknesses in the way that defense spending and manufacturing and all those things. So does that help?
No, it absolutely does. Okay.
Not so much equipment as one might think, because actually equipment gets damaged, has to be repaired, and there wasn't that much of it in the first place.
I have a thought to share.
You need no time. Well, I'm going to ask you something else very quickly from Maria again. Will Ukrainian troops take more Russian territory? And also, Roy is asking, can Ukraine blow up the Kerch Bridge? And I wrote a story last year based on a briefing I had from Ukrainian military intelligence saying that the Kerch Bridge was going to be blown up very soon, and it still hasn't quite happened. I mean, can Ukraine blow up the Kerch Bridge?
Are we coming back to the question about weapons and different technologies and supplies provided? Because if we would say about deep strikes, about like hits on the Russian territory, far away from the actual front line, yes, we do, and that like Ukrainian side is pretty, let's say, successful in achieving these results using not only Ukrainian technologies, but other technologies as well. Could these technologies reach Kerch Bridge one day? Yes, for sure. But it would not be discussed on the Zoom among foreign reporters before it's going to happen. So we all respect our sources, especially those who'd love to stay anonymous. That I would say. And about like their possible operation on Russian territory, yes, for sure. Like if we would have, if Ukrainians would have capacity for this kind of push, yes, and I think that the main idea and the main engine among Ukrainian troops to fight on the Russian territory is just to feel fair. That's something what I felt talking to everyone who was involved in the Kursk operation. They were like, yes, finally, Russian war comes back home. Now you need to have a look, and now you have to pay back what you've done so far.
Okay, we got 30 seconds each for my last question, which is, Isobel, what are you working on? What's your next scoop?
I actually can't say. Maybe ask Yulia first.
You won't say. Okay, Yulia, what are you working on? What 30 seconds. What are you going to do next?
I'm working to stay as raw, as honest as all my people are who are now fighting. That's it.
I mean, that's a lovely answer, but I mean, specifically, what stories are you working on apart from our lithium mine exclusive?
I am working on actually war on Russian territory story. So
war on Russian territory. Okay,
yeah.
Brilliant.
Yulia?
That's it. We're out of time. Isobel, Yulia, thank you so much. It was a great session, really interesting, fast, and enlightening, and brilliant. And thank you very much for your work. And thank you for your insights. Stay safe, and see you again. And thank you everyone for watching. It's been a pleasure. And apologies again for the delay. Thank you.
Thank you everyone.